This is Bonbon Hooche reporting. We're here for the World Economic Forum. We're wondering, Green Lantern, how can Africa take on a leadership role and guard against newly emerging global and regional risks?
They really can't. They got too much problems of their own right now to deal with. But hopefully that things will work out.
Okay. How do you believe that Africa can further attract global and regional investment and sustain its growth through greater industrial diversification and innovation?
By getting more people involved in what's going on in that area and also in the world.
Okay. How can inclusive growth be fostered through partnerships and the promotion of Africa's small and medium enterprises?
Like I said, you get the people who have these big industrial businesses to understand what the need is, and that should do the job.
Okay, well, thank you very much.
Well, is there any last one? Is any what now?
Do you have any last comments for African world leaders?
Yes. Remember, we're all equal here. Let's all stick together and help one another. You know, that's why we're here on Earth. We're all humans. You know what I'm saying? We all bleed the same, and I think that if we do come together, we can save this world. Thank you.
Thank you very much. This has been Bonbon Hooche. This is Bonbon Hooche reporting. We are here with Superman on Hollywood Boulevard. We're here asking questions for the World Economic Forum. Today's questions: how can Africa take on a leadership role and guard against newly emerging global and regional risks?
We're talking about Africa here, huh?
Yeah.
Beats me. I think we should worry about the USA. What do you think? I think so. I think we got enough problems in the USA to deal with.
I'm a predator. I'm not even from this planet.
Neither am I.
I mean, I'm interested, but it's really not my business to tell anybody how to run their planet, let alone their country.
Okay, so I'll put it like this. Since I took my U.S. citizenship back, I choose to support anybody that takes the risk to make this world better. Whether it's Africa, the USA, Russia, whatever. I'm for all people, and I think that's what we need to do, is unite as different countries, and just do our own thing. Take care of our people out here. We got a lot of people out here that are still have houses, that are going foreclosed, still people unemployed. We still need to worry about those topics and not be have them be overlooked by other things going on in the world.
Okay, so personal question. Since we're both from other planets, which 3 species would you most prefer to mate with?
Kryptonians. Does that count?
Kryptonians count.
Yeah, Kryptonian, no.
2 more.
Kryptonians and Kryptonians.
No predators for you?
Oh,
okay.
Lois Lane's fine. Human species.
Okay, humanoids, fine. How can we further attract global and regional investments and sustain its growth through greater industrial diversification and innovation?
We're using such big words today, aren't we? Is this how you talk to Batman too?
Batman won't talk to us. He doesn't like predators.
Been here for like 10 minutes.
Okay, well.
Let me see it.
Do you have any ideas for how inclusive?
Can we start making things in the United States again instead of letting other people do them, like cars, and like make our dollar go up again, and
so maybe
trade-wise.
So maybe Africa should invest in American-made products.
Not just Africa, but Japan and all these other people. Whether people like to believe it or not, there's investments. A lot of people are investing in stocks. A lot of people don't know about that. Of course they're investing.
If they watched our show, they would know more about that.
Of course. You don't think people aren't investing in oil and all those houses and all that? They are. But is it the little people with no money? No, it's the big politicians that are making their money grow bigger and bigger and bigger. So like I said, where we have a poor and a rich, there's no middle anymore. You're either poor or you're big balling in some mansion like Batman.
How can inclusive growth How can inclusive growth be fostered through partnerships and the promotion of Africa's small and medium enterprises?
You guys are using really big words today. Who wrote this thing?
The predatory lender did.
Nice. We're going to have to talk later on.
Well, thank you very much, Superman. This has been Bon Bon Hoochie. This is Bon Bon Hoochie. We are on Hollywood Boulevard interviewing Zorro. Our questions today are for the World Economic Forum. We're wondering, how can Africa take on a leadership role and guard against newly emerging global and regional risks?
How can they do so?
Yes.
Well, basically, I guess they're going to have to work with the other countries that they are involved with as far as taking care of the economic risk and the economical currency factors at hand. So therefore, that's the only way they should be able to do it, communication.
Okay. How can Africa further attract global and regional investment and sustain its growth through greater industrial diversification and innovation?
Basically, be able to do the trade marketing with the various countries that are also in the same category that they're in, and to be able to raise the money or the currency that they might need to do so by the product that they're exporting or importing.
Okay. How can inclusive growth be fostered through the partnerships and promotion of Africa's small and medium enterprises?
I'm sorry, I didn't hear that.
How can inclusive growth be fostered through partnerships and the promotion of Africa's small and medium enterprises?
Well, basically, you know, enterprise in itself is a unique process, as you know. So therefore, Africa has to be able to get a certain formula that's going to be conducive for themselves as well as other individuals or companies that might be enterprisable as well. By doing so, and they incorporate.
Okay, thank you very much. This is Bon Bon Hoochie. Grrr! Hello, this is Bon Bon Hoochie. We are on Hollywood Boulevard talking with Spider-Man. Our questions today come from the World Economic Forum, and we're wondering, how can Africa take on a leadership role and guard against newly emerging global and regional risks?
I'll tell you what number one Africa can do. It can stop terrorism. We can stop having all these small countries hide people, by the way, that are terrorists our country already knows about. It's no different than when we got Bin Laden the other day that was hiding in Pakistan. He was always there for years. He was never laying in a cave. He blows, other children blow themselves up, not him. So they were doing the same thing, and that's all over. By the way, the terrorism that's in that country is Muslims killing other Muslim Africans being killed. It's not Americans being killed. Spider-Man says the government needs to clamp down on them. Let's not give them any more money.
That is a great way to help global risks. I agree.
Absolutely. Let's not give them any more money.
How can we further attract global and regional investments and Africa sustain its growth gain through greater industrial diversification and innovation?
I have no idea what the Africans could do actually for us that would be innovation in any way, but that stop the terrorists and begin with, you third world mother effers. But other than that, it's the truth. They're not going to do anything for us in that way. I don't even know why you would even ask that question. You know better than that. I actually know, no, there's nothing that they're going to do in that way. What they can do is they can help us work on the war on terror, that's all. There's nothing that they're going to innovate or do anything that America hasn't already done.
Do you think that Africa may be able to support inclusive growth for fostering through partnerships and promotion of Africa's small and medium enterprises?
No, I don't. I don't think there's anything there. There's nothing for us to invest in, everything else besides trying to help the people try to pull themselves out of the ground. But other than that, there is nothing there. Like I said, stop the terrorism. Spider-Man said, don't go there or we'll have to come get you. Bye.
Thank you very much, Spider-Man. This has been Bon Bon Hoochie. Hello, this is Bon Bon Hoochie, and we are on Hollywood Boulevard talking to, I'm sorry, what is your character?
Spider Dude.
Spider Dude. Today's questions come from the Economic World Forum. We're talking about Africa. Questions start with, how can Africa take on a leadership role and guard against newly emerging global and regional risks?
You want me to answer that?
Please.
That's so easy. Because Africa is the poorest country in the world. You know what they need? They need Dennis James to do all the publicity stunts. They need to get Obama in there to dig all the ditches. They need to start using conflict diamonds. If they're to make more toys, they can increase the GDP by 455%. That's just what I think.
Okay. How can it further attract global and regional investment and sustain its growth gain through greater industrial diversification and innovation?
Well, you know, Chinese people are small and they're really spicy. If they ate more Chinese people, more African people, you know, they wouldn't have to run around with bones in their noses. I mean, come on, guys, wake up. It's the 21st century. I mean, you don't have to devour all your resources. Be smart about this. Think about it.
Okay. How can inclusive growth be fostered through partnerships and the promotion of Africa's small and medium enterprises?
When I wake up in the morning, it's always wood. Not necessarily mahogany, but I got a little oak going, you know what I'm saying? So you know what? You can sustain growth by getting a boner. Sustain growth. It keeps growing. It keeps growing. Drink milk.
I think global diversification can sustain growth in this way.
Yeah, I do.
This predator agrees with you. I think all interplanetary species should sustain morning wood.
Yeah, I do. I do think that. Yeah, especially if the sheets are clean. You eat a chocolate cake. You know, that might turn off. You get some of this. Just get some Jim Beam and Coke. You know, it straightens everything out. You're happy. You're horny. You might walk funny, but hey, it balances everything out. Peace.
Well, thank you very much, Spider Dude. This has been Bon Bon Hoochie. Hello, this is Bon Bon Hoochie, and we are on Hollywood Boulevard with Shrek. We're asking questions coming from the World Economic Forum today. And the first question is, how can Africa take on a leadership role and guard against newly emerging global and regional risks?
Huh? What?
How can Africa take on a leadership role and guard against newly emerging global and regional risks?
Shoot everybody that tried to come in there.
This predator believes America could learn the same lesson, actually. How can Africa further attract global and regional investments and sustain its growth gain through greater individual diversification and innovation?
Sell all the diamonds to the Jewish people.
Sell all the diamonds to the Jewish people. That's a great point, and I believe it would work.
Yeah, they'll keep their money for a long time if they do that.
How can inclusive growth be fostered through partnerships and the promotion of Africa's small and medium enterprises?
What was, repeat that again?
I'm sorry, how can inclusive growth be fostered through partnerships and the promotion of Africa's small and medium enterprises?
Oh yeah, enterprises, sure. You know, they just gotta stay strong, you know? Strong. Yep,
I'm not really sure how much strength has to do with the promotion of Africa's small and medium enterprises.
Well, the whole small and medium enterprises, I mean, you got to stay strong in between them, you know?
Okay. This has been Bon Bon Hoochie reporting. Hello, this is Bon Bon Hoochie, and we are here on Hollywood Boulevard with Darth Vader. We're asking questions today about the World Economic Forum. Today we're talking about Africa, and we're wondering, how can Africa take on a leadership role and guard against newly emerging global and regional risks?
I'd say for one, they'd have to build one heck of a good diplomatic system, such as we used to have a republic, or do as I did, me and the emperor, build an empire. Then afterwards, use that power to actually build up the resources that they have in their country as is, and use that to their advantage.
Build an empire. I like it. We're also wondering, how can Africa further attract global and regional investment and sustain in its growth path through greater industrial diversification and innovation?
Well, for one, they would need to figure out what they can use to their advantage, figure out what they have the best of. If I remember by the eco map that I saw on the Death Star, I would have to say they deal with a lot of fruit and animals, such as furs and stuff like that. But since most people don't like the killing of animals around here, I'd have to say try using fruit, exotic fruit. That would be a best shot there. Also, maybe even tourism. A lot of people are interested in Africa, such as safaris and stuff like that. Use that as a starting point, and then go from there.
Okay, export exotic fruits. We're also wondering, how can inclusive growth be fostered through partnerships and the promotion of Africa's small and medium enterprises?
Well, for one, I'd have to say the first step would be the fruit, maybe even the enterprises. Also figure out a way to show other countries what you can bring to the table that maybe other countries don't have, such as farming. Africa, even though it's predominantly some of its more desert area, they have a good way of growing food there in tough terrain places. Maybe they could use that to an advantage and show that to other countries. Also bring about what they know.
All right. I have to say as a side note that I like your piercing things here. They remind me of my own.
Yes.
If you could mate with any 3 species, what would they be?
That would be a tough one, especially since I'm a cyborg halfway through.
Do cyborgs mate?
I don't think we do.
Okay. Well, thank you very much, Darth Vader. This has been Bon Bon Hoochie. Grah!